to CUBN, this Christian United Broadcasting Network. I am your host, Troy. This is Late Night with your main man, Troy, at the CUBN News Hour. And today, we got Trump meets with Pena Nieto in Mexico ahead of immigration speech. The main man went to Mexico. He just told Mexico that he's going to build a wall. And they're going to pay for it. That is amazing. He goes there and he goes there and he talks to the president. And he tells him what's on his mind. It says, he ain't scared. Trump accepts Mexican invitation to hop immigration speech. So in other words, Mexico invited Trump to go there. And he wasn't scared. He spoke his mind. And he went. Donald Trump said Wednesday that he shared his concerns personally with Mexican President Enrique Pena Nieto about trade and illegal immigration, calling anew for changes to NAFTA and asserting the right to build a border wall. During a surprise visit to Mexico just hours before he is set to deliver an immigration policy speech in Arizona, the Republican president nominee visited Mexico at Pena Nieto's invitation. The two leaders met privately in Mexico City. Before they addressed the press together, we had a very substantive, direct, and constructive exchange of ideas, Trump said. Trump, who has made illegal immigration a centerpiece of his campaign, called the issue a humanitarian disaster that must be solved. As for perhaps his most controversial proposal on the matter, building a border wall and making Mexico pay for it, Trump said they touched on the issue in their meeting, though he did not insist Wednesday that Mexico foot the bill. He did discuss the wall. We didn't discuss payment of the wall, Trump told reporters, while saying either country has a right to build such a barrier. All right. 19, the word is getting out. The wall is going to get built. They both agree upon it. After the meeting, the Mexican president, Enrique Pena Nieto, tweeted that he made it clear that Mexico will not pay for the wall. The Trump campaign responded saying the meeting was not a negotiation and that it would have been inappropriate to bring up the candidate's proposal to build a wall along the border. Trump, standing next to Pena Nieto during joint remarks, also said he shared his strong view that NAFTA has helped Mexico more than the U.S. and must be overhauled. Both leaders assumed a measured and respectful tone at the podium that set aside the tension that have emerged over the past year's U.S. presidential campaign. Pena Nieto, speaking to a translator, said their neighboring countries will face common challenges, no matter who is the next president, and urged a relationship based on mutual respect. The Mexican president said he and Trump had an open discussion, acknowledging the countries face a joint challenge on their shared border. He said this includes addressing the flow of weapons into Mexico, as well as the flow of illegal immigrants heading north. He told Trump, "We might disagree on several issues, but your presence here shows that we do have fundamental common ground." The meeting, which was ridiculed ridiculed by the Hillary Clinton campaign, comes after Trump has spent much of the presidential race railing against illegal immigration. He has singled out Mexico, accusing the country of sending over criminals and rapists. His rhetoric, coupled with calls for a border wall and mass deportation, have stoked tensions with Latino voters and Mexican government officials, even as Trump lately has signaled potential changes in his immigration policy platform, which he expects to address in detail at a rally in Phoenix on Wednesday night. Those tensions flared as Trump was en route to Mexico City. Former President Vicinity Fox told CNN that Trump is not welcome by the Mexican people, calling it a political stunt. Trump fired back on Twitter saying Fox invited me when he apologized for using the F-bomb, referring to when Fox said he wasn't going to pay for the effing wall. The Trump-Nieto meeting was only announced Tuesday night, stalking speculation over what both men hope to achieve. Earlier in the day, campaign manager Kellyanne Conway told Fox News the two will discuss illegal immigration, trade, and drugs. Trump running mate Mike Pence said they would begin a conversation about a proposed border wall along the other issues. He's going to begin a dialogue with Mexico on issues that we differ on, but also issues on common interests, Pence told Fox News. I think today is more about a relationship, Pence said. The visit comes as Trump looks to clarify his stance on immigration. Trump has called for the deportation of illegal immigrants living in the U.S. and building a wall along the Mexico border while having Mexico pay for it. Recently, Trump has he may soften his stance a bit after meeting with Hispanic leaders. Conway said on Fox News Sunday that Trump wants to find the fair and humane way to address the issue. Last week, Pena Nieto, who has been critical of Trump's insistence that Mexico would pay for the wall, invited both of the Republican nominees and Democrat Hillary Clinton to visit his country. Trump confirmed on Twitter late Tuesday that he had accepted Pena Nieto's invitation. Clinton, though, took a shot at Trump's trip during an address earlier Wednesday to the American Legion convention in Cincinnati. It certainly takes more than trying to make up for a year of insults and insinuations by dropping in on our neighbors for a few hours and then flying home again, Clinton said. That is not how it works. Clinton's campaign also said, you see, I don't understand why she gonna tell Trump that's not how it works when she was invited to and she didn't even go. What did the woman... What? Clinton's campaign also said in a statement that Trump's trip in Mexico ultimately doesn't matter in the long run. From the first days of his campaign, Donald Trump has painted Mexicans as rapists and criminals and has promised to deport 16 million people, including children and U.S. citizens. He has said he should force Mexico to pay for his giant border wall. What ultimately matters is what Donald Trump says to voters in Arizona, not Mexico, and whether he remains committed to the splitting up of families and deportation of millions. A senior campaign official told Fox News that Clinton will meet with Pena Nieto at the appropriate time. Yeah, right. Trump was already out west on Tuesday for a campaign stop near Seattle, giving him enough time to jet down to Mexico for a brief visit before his evening speech on Wednesday. Foreign trips by president candidates, even to a neighboring country such as Mexico, are an enormous logistical and security undertaking. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, a close Trump advisor, has been among those pushing Trump to make the trip, according to a person familiar with their conversations. Christie made his own successful trip to Mexico City in September 2014 and has a warm relationship with the Mexican president. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you got here is a candidate that is willing to on the dime, when he said that somebody wants to meet him from a different country, and bam, he goes and he meets them. Figures out what they need to do, and then he gets it done. Then he comes back. Hillary, on the other hand, it's got to be under her schedule. I don't get what's going on with the Hillary campaign, but it seems like she can do no wrong. I'm sorry. Trump meets with Pena Nieto in Mexico ahead of the immigration speech. I just don't understand. You cannot win Miss Hillary. Miss Hill, you need to give your money to Hillary. Support her kind of campaign. Just take your money out of your bank, all what you got, and give it to her. And the money in your pocket, the money, just sell your things. Sell your car, sell whatever you got, man. Sell it. The people need the money. They are rich for a reason. They're rich because you give it their money. They're in there for that reason only. So you need to give them your money so they can pay off all their yachts. It costs us a lot of money for pay the gas on the yacht. Costs us a lot of money for the vehicles that they use, and the family uses the vehicles, or all them big Humvees and all the toys that they buy, those purses and shoes and clothes. This is in the millions of dollars. So we need to get all together, give all our money to Hillary and her campaign so they can afford to buy new boats and new cars and stuff like that, all right? Because they ain't doing nothing for the people. No, the people, they just push it. You guys go work McDonald's and you go work at Target or whatever, make all your money and give it to Hillary so she can live off her life. All right? That's amazing. All right, in Jesus' name.